Ronnie intending to press his palm against his chest and stop her heart. A short distance away, his hand had stopped. On the carpet at their feet, plop plop, small red flowers bloomed one after another. The seeds of those flowers had fallen from down on high, all the way to his fists, held up as though to strike the heavens. And those drops were dripping onto the carpet. By the way, that was just how was my answer as a maiden. Answer as a head is different. Allow me to ask. The person I love, my family, my relatives, everyone! I'll protect them! From the head, that's my duty! That wasn't just acting self-important. It was protecting me and Mom! Fighting the pressures that seemed the Umineko family for several decades! So I know, being the successor is nothing trivial. So you know what? This is easy as hell. It's easy as hell for me to risk my own life. Jessica knew. She knew that her father, in order to protect his family, was now in loving and fighting a solitary fight. Jessica understood something that his back had been telling her. Another left straight was buried in Rotomade's face. That mighty strike wasn't due just to the brass knuckles she was using. It was a strike of a person, a family head, who could throw away everything in order to protect. If Dad lost his qualification to be the successor, then I, the next in line, will be to succeed the head. Head of the Umineko family, Umineko Jessica! I'm not another window that you keep on doing whatever the fuck you want! A wonderful answer. I shall change the score from earlier. Plus 10 for that answer. Plus 10 for that splendid left straight. Which means I only need 20 more for a total to 100. Ronnie backed away from her and finally wiped away the blood pouring from his nose. It had become not blood, but petals of red rose. The blood on his face was wiped off, and in its place was a grin from a great delight. She had felt lost many centuries ago that I could no longer remember just how long it had been. Your resolve. I, Ronnie, will test whether it is deserving of full marks. Cram it, jackass! Come at me! Come to the abyss! Wait, hold on, I wasn't even that! Beneath George's feet, a pitch black pit suddenly opened his mouth wide. Of course, George had no way in resisting. After being swallowed up by it, George fell out of a pitch black hole that had opened up in the ceiling of the arbor. As George fell down, he was hit sharply in the gut like a precision beat strike by a reverse round kick from the stiletto heel. Launched out of the arbor, the instant George thought that he was about to be swallowed by a rose bush. Another pitch black hole opened there and swallowed George whole. At this time, a pitch black hole opened in front of Gap at her feet, seeing defenses George out of it. At that time, Gap had already finished the preparatory motions for the next reverse roundhouse kick. This is... Welcome back. Right side of the head, below the right armpit, side of the right knee. As Gap dances and spun like a small cyclone, she kept hitting him right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot with excessive roundhouse kicks. Ah, that can be painful. The fourth one began to sweep, cutting George's feet out from under him, making him fall down. Of course, there was no floor there, but pitch black hole and George was swallowed up once again. Gap once again spun around like a small cyclone. George likewise was once again spat out of the ceiling of the arbor. Take this and keep it as a memento. The single strike at the end of the abyss. Die! The sharp strike of the queen bee pierced the heavens like a rising cyclone and kicked through George's abdomen as he fell from the ceiling. And then, time froze. George was pinned in midair by Gap's raised leg. So pinned in midair, George moaned. Then Gap, with George so hung up on her foot, grinned. I'll admit it. That shit is at least mature. But that's no good if it doesn't come along with power. You know? There are 3 kinds of power to rule the world. The first is influence. The second is wealth. You know what the last one is? You read it in a book. Force, right? Correct. That is what you're lacking. Gap finally released George. The king upwards one more time, adding another roundhouse kick and smashing him into a pillar. Now one move here, monarch without influence, without wealth, or without force. Kenzo possessed all 3. That is why he reigned as a tyrant. If you're going to call yourself Kenzo's successor, try showing me some of that majesty. Come on, how long were you going to lie there? Stand up. If you don't, you'll fall again, see? Not bad in movement. But I feel they are somewhat unsuitable for a lady. Asshole! Look at we and hopping around! Pushing me around, you douche! Ronda was dodging skillfully, jumping back and avoiding Jessica's fists. But he still wasn't striking back himself. Because of agile movements, as swift as a flag, whopping around in strong winds, Jessica's fists weren't even to touch him. Thanks to the feeling of her blood running hot, Jessica regained her offensive composure. Even though this room was large for a bedroom, it was too small an area to keep up such exaggerated dodging for long. She calmly realized that and started using not just her fists, but her legs as well. Oh. Doing boxing with just your arms makes you but half a man. Your arms is a roaring lion burning with power. And your legs the snake cold as ice as it closes in on its prey. Snakes don't have legs! Very true. Jessica began cornering Ronnie towards the wall with perfect footwork. She won't let her guard be down. Ronnie's magnificent dodges looked flashy, but they need sufficient room. Once Corny wouldn't be able to dodge anymore. Jessica had a good understanding of the social characteristic of her equipped weapon, the brass knuckles. This powerful weapon's most notable characteristic was how it didn't let the opponent defend. Even if they blocked with their arm would receive direct damage. If it hit the wrong way, it would even break the bone. So he pressed him forward. She would block off his escape routes, and then with his fist, she would chip the demon down. Oops. Oh my, when did... Looks like I finally cornered you, huh? Where's everyone being held? Where's that old bastard hiding? Tell me everything, I'll let you go with nothing more than ripping off that mustache off, alright? That would be a problem. Believe it or not, it does take me an hour every morning to set this, you see. It's like when you're in a plaster cast, I guess you won't even be able to do that, huh? Oopsie daisy. Ronaway had blocked Jessica's lunged fist with his arm. He tried to act as though it was no big deal, but it must have hurt a lot. Jessica grinned. Ronaway smiled the same way, but twitched slightly. I see. That certainly does hurt. Final warning. Break down and apologize. That I cannot do. It would ruin my image. Can't just break. Flurry of punches! Jessica's iron fists were pounded into Ronaway. But Jessica was startled. The impact felt wrong. There was a sound of breaking glass. What? I glanced like Ronaway had caught Jessica's fist with his palm. That wasn't quite true. When Ronaway opened his hand, a faint purple glowing barrier like a glass shield appeared there. Pulling himself together, Jessica stuck out her fist again. With a truly magnificent movement, Ronaway caught all of them. I am, after all, a demon. I am at least capable of this level of magic. I must say, though, you are quite good. If I were human, I'm sure this is where I would have admitted defeat. It's because I am a demon that I can still continue to fight. Yeah, you friggin' cheater! Is that all? Are you sure that by attacking all the time, you're not neglecting your own defenses? Huh? Ronan pounded his palm into Jessica's stomach, stopping abruptly just a fraction away. Jessica was fell by the purple shield, tumbled backwards, and smashed her head on the bed. My shield cannot be broken by a mere human. I suggest you never again dream of being able to touch my body. In that case, I'll just punch straight through that shield. You are a daunting person. That tenacity. Yes, it is truly fitting for the next family head. Why don't I be your opponent for just a little while longer? This is one of the privileges of an examiner. Shut it to pieces! Yeah! Yap looked down on George, sneering. He was lying face down in the puddle on the rose garden path. The merciless rain beat down him, so it looked as though even the heavens were mocking him. Stand up. You'll fall again. George stood up shakily. His spirit hadn't given up, but the damage to his body was fairly significant. Beg for your life. What you're doing now is the same as the fourth choice of choosing nothing. You chose the third choice, right? I'll forgive your rudeness then. And I'll guide you down to the dungeon. There, for your beloved Shannon and your own powerless self. You will kill the other hostages one by one. You can do that, right? You didn't boast on having that resolve. George didn't. But his gaze was so obstinately resisting surrender. If you are too obstinate, then this time you really will fall to the deepest depths of the abyss. Yap's strength was undeniable. There was no doubt that Shannon's group watching through the three-side mirror understood that. Probably more clear than George himself did. George-sama. Please. That's enough. I You don't have to do this for someone like me.
姉さん
Nessan.
私のことなんて好きにならなければジョージ様は誰とも戦
You
わ
didn't fall in
な
love
くてい
with
いん
me.
でしょ。
You wouldn't have to fight anyone. Right, George?
私なんて捨ててくだ
Then
さい。
please, just abandon me.
忘れてください。
Please forget me. No way for that voice to reach George. But even so, George answered.
嫌だね。
No way.
僕
I
は
won't
屈服し
surrender.
ない。
へえ、
Oh.
どうして？
Why?
それが僕の覚悟だからだ。
Because that's my resolve.
僕はシャノンのために全てと戦う。
I'll fight everything for Shannon's sake.
そして全てに認めさせ、全てに僕たちを祝福させ
I'll
る。
make everything accept us and everything bless us.
ねえ、聞かせて。
Hey, tell me something.
どうしてあのシャノンとかいう家具のために
How can
So
you
come
go
on,
so
yeah.
far for that furniture called Shannon?
あんなのただの出来損ないじゃない。
She's as good for nothing, isn't she?
給仕一つ満足にできないガラクタ家具だわ。
Furniture for the garbage that doesn't even make for a satisfactory waitress.
愛する女性への暴言を
I
僕
won't
はそれ
permit
以上許さない。
insults against the woman I love.
だったら何？
So, what are you going to do about it?
ひ弱な僕ちゃんが私にどう抗うというのかしら。
How's a weak kid like you going to fight against me?
人を愛するとは強さだ。
Loving someone is strength.
それを知ったから
I was able to become strong
僕
because I
は
learned
強
that
くないん
feeling.
だ。シャノン、
Shannon,
僕は君を愛している。
I love you.
その言葉だけで僕は何度でも立ち上がれるんだ。
With just those words, I can stand up back over and over again.
シャノンは力よ。
Shannon's in the dungeon, you know.
私に愛を語られても。
No good professing your love to me.
いや、
No,
伝わった。
she heard.
それが愛だからだ。
Because that is love.
シャノンには今僕の言葉が聞こえているよ。
Shannon can hear my words right now.
そうだと信じられることこそが愛だ。
The reason I believe that is because of love.
こいつ。
This guy.
シャノン、
Shannon,
君は家具なんかじゃない。
you're not furniture.
家具だったとしても世界でただ一つの僕だけの家具だ。
If you were, you might be mine alone and the only furniture for me in the world.
生涯僕と寄り添ってほし
I
い。
want you to be close to me in the all my life.
僕には君が
I need you
永遠に
now
必要だ。
and forevermore.
ジョージ様。
George sama.
焼けるわ。
I'm jealous.
口説きならうちの人を
He surpassed my husband in smooth talking. This is youth.
愛が強さ。
Love is strength.
なら坊やはどうしてそんなにひ弱なの？
Then Then why are you so weak, boy?
その弱さがつまり君の愛の程度なわけね。
It must mean your love is so also that weak, I guess.
婚約者への愛もひ弱。
Your love for your fiance is weak.
両親のあっけない死に様もひ弱。
Parents' disappointing quick deaths were weak.
君の人生は
Everything about your life
何
is
から
weak.
何までひ弱だわ。
シャノンは僕に愛と強さを教えてくれた。
Shannon taught me about love and strength.
もし君が僕の強さだけ
You
で
insist upon
シャ
measuring
ノ
my
ンへ
love for
の愛
Shannon
を
by
確
making
かめよう
strength
という
alone.
のなら僕の愛を教えよう。
Now let me teach you about my love.
言うわね。
Nice words.
なるほど。
Now I get it.
何度も蹴り倒されて転がされ、それでも立ち上がるのがシャノンからもらった強さだと。
So, you say that the way you can still stand up after being kicked down so many times is strength to receive from Shannon.
なら
In that case, what did you receive from your mother and father who were killed without a fight?
何をもらった？
Suddenly, there was a blackout. Outside?
違う。
No. This is... Thing blocking Gap's vision was the bottom of George's shoe.
側頭蹴り、
Sidekick.
尾骨骨折。
Nasal bone fractured. It stopped right in front of the tip of Gap's
母さん
nose.
にもらったものは
The thing I got from
こ
Mother
の
was this
蹴り
kick.
だ。
After several moments of delay, Gap jumped back. Of course, it was too late. If George hadn't stopped, he probably would have caused exactly the damage he had announced.
そして父さんにもらったの
And what I
が
got from
忍耐
Father
力。
is patience. Anger with a low boiling point isn't something to be truly feared. True anger is cultivated through patience.
君の暴力的意思
I
表
understand
示
your
は理解し
declaration of violent intent.
た。また
I also understand
婚
your
約者と両親への名誉毀
defamation of my
損も
fiancé
理
and my
解した。
parents.
そして
You have no intention of
それを撤回する気が
retracting
ない
any
ん
of
だ
that?
ね。
こいつ。
You?
君の攻撃はもう十分に理解したから。
I have sufficient understanding of your attacks now.
そろそろいいかな。反撃しても。
If you're ready, might I fight back?
ほざくな。坊やの分際で。
Enough of your slick talk, bucko! A pitch black hoe opened up its mouth at George's feet. But George rapidly opened his legs, straddling the hoe. The same move won't work again. His extremely light dodge, and the upper part of his body didn't even quiver.
忍耐とは熱くな
Patience
らず
means not using
冷静に
their
相手
losing
の
your
手
cool
方
and
を
instead
研
completely
究することだ。
supposedly researching your opponent's moves.
何のために？決まってるじゃないか。
For what purpose? Isn't that obvious?
わかるかい？
Do you know?
わかんないわよ。
No, I don't.
反撃して
It's a counter. He did exactly what he got to make them never
二
want
度
to
と
mess
ちょっ
with you
かいを出し
again.
たくないと思わせ、涙と鼻水で顔面をぐちゃぐちゃにしてそれを拭う
Make
のを
them cover
忘
their
れて
faces in tears and snot. Forget to wipe it off.
額を地面にこすりつけて
Make
何
them
度も
rub
謝
their
り
forehead on
た
the
くな
ground
る
and
ほど
punch
に
his own over.
完
Feeling
膚なきま
literally
でに
perfectly
完
thoroughly.
璧に徹底的に叩きのめすためだよ。
Pulverize them until they can't get up. George dashed. Pits opened up one after another, but George would not step in them again. Because he was persistent in that move, Gap was captured for a second time.
後ろ回し蹴り、
Reverse roundhouse.
顎部骨折、
Jaw fractured. but stretched out more forcefully and beautifully than Gap's had been. Of course, while it centered right in Gap's face, it stopped a hair's breadth away. Perhaps she couldn't rely on pitfalls at this close range. Gap kicked at George's shins as a diversion. And in the instant weakness when he tried to deal with that, she aimed a kick at his stomach. It was a bee-like stab by her stiletto heel. I sliced through the air where George was no longer. High axe kick. Collarbone fractured. From his side's Gap. George coolly announced that, his foot still raised. If the monarch's heel had been swung down, a collarbone fracture would have been an understatement. This guy's stronger than me at close range. Any distance. She jumped backwards to gain a large distance. She jumped and left, even backflip, increasing the distance between them. Should have been magnificent, but for some reason it looked very similar to the movements of a small, scared animal. If she opened the distance, she could fight at the range that was her speciality, using mixture of pitfalls and kicking techniques. You fool. Regret the arrogance of passing on 3 chances to beat me in the depths of the abyss. Eh? Gap landed beautifully and tried to aim a pitfall where a razor-sharp wind cut her bangs. Yes, cut them, and twice. This time it didn't stop a hair's breadth away, but scattered her bangs with its air pressure. Armada cum Martello. Orbital blow fracture from the first strike. Turbo contusion with the second strike. Gap was too shocked to speak. George had closed all that in an instant and let out a fierce and nimble mid-air double kick. Furthermore, with the accuracy and edge of a razor, it could cut nothing more than a few of her bangs. I learned power of kicks from karate. Spread from taekwondo, the freedom and range from capoeira. I was always trying something new. It was very educational being able to study the various merits. Why don't you hit me? Because I'm a woman? Look, the force is a monarch's third power. Looks like you're still missing the meaning of that force. In this situation, force doesn't mean hastily wielded violence. It hurts you a deterrent. Not to have someone avoids the monarch, that person won't get away unharmed. A deterrent? That was the point. That was why all of George's attacks up until then had stopped just before the blow. These bare misses, which were more difficult than directly hitting, had all been performed so splendidly. And any of them would probably have crushed Gap in a single hit if George had wished it. He was deliberately not doing that. Said it yourself, right? Force is the power to rule. You destroy your opponent with force, won't be to rule them, right? Monarch's force is something that is only shown.
破壊しない。
He does not destroy.
屈服させて自らの財産とするんだ
Makes
から
others
ね。
submit and adds them to his own fortune.
君に泡でも吹かれたら
You flag out on me,
みんなの
won't
囚
be
わ
able to
れ
make
て
you
る場
guide
所
me
に
to where
案
everyone
内
else
さ
is
せら
being
れないよ。
held. Gap had to admit it. Had to admit that George understood force in the truest sense.
みんなのところへ案内してもらうよ。
I'll take you to where everyone is.
抵抗はおすすめしない。
I'll advise against it.
もう寸止め
I
は
won't
し
hold
ない
back anymore.
ごめんねリア、あんたの兵隊
Sorry,
借り
Leah.
させて。
Let me borrow your troops.
私一人じゃ手に負えないわこいつ。
This guy's too much for me to handle alone. There's a large pitch black hole opened in the sky. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Three Musketeer Pagoda attendees fell out. They surrounded George.
増援会
Reinforcements?
それは僕がひ弱であることを撤
I want
回
you
し
to
た
take
と
this to
受
mean
け止
that
め
you
ていいの
retract your
か。
statement about me being weak.
認めるわ。
I admit it.
あんたの
I made light of your power.
人間の
The
力
power
を
of
侮って
humans.
たわ。
違うね。
No.
これが愛を覚えた男の強さなのさ。
That is the strength of a man who knows love.
ほざけ。
What tripe? How can you say something like that with a straight face?
さあヤギたち、
Come,
そ
goats!
の男を潰
Crush
し
this man into
て肉団子にしてや
meatballs!
りなさい。このヤギたちはバカだけどパワーだけはあるみたいよ。
These goats are stupid, but it looks like they at least have power.
あんたの死体婚約者にも見分けがつかなくしてあげるわ。
I'll make it so that even your fiancé won't be able to recognize you.
降伏拒否並びに継戦の意思。
You choose to surrender and intend to continue fighting. Understood?
以後は君の攻撃に等しい分だけ君に実害が及ぶことを宣言する。
Claim then that henceforth to receive real harm proportional to your own attacks.
僕をまだ攻撃す
If
るつも
trying
り
to
な
attack
ら
me, it's just you prepared to receive a great
相
deal
応
of
の損
damage.
害を受けることになると覚悟するがいいよ。
When George proclaimed that, a faint red magic circle rose up around him. It seemed that George couldn't see it. However, Gap being a demon could.
魔法
Magic?
どうしてこい
Why
つ
does this
が
guy have
攻
an
撃した
defensive
の？
barrier?
しかもそれ
What's more, it's specialized for counterattacks.
それがあんたの抑止という
What do
意
you
味。
mean? Is this what do you mean by deterrent? From Demon's perspective, that might have been magic. In George's eyes, it was determination. It's absolute determination that showed no mercy to those who wished for no further fighting, and forced them to prepare for a significant counterattack. Absolute determination becomes magic.
はい。
Only had accurately blocked Jessica's fist with the shield, but something felt odd. Even though he certainly stopped the blows with the shield, he felt his arm begin to strain and ache. All physical damage should have been cut off. However, the damage from the fist were gradually being transmitted to the arm and were accumulating. Renovate acted like it was composed so that this wouldn't be noticed. I'm not gonna get worn out.
どうしたよおっさん。
What's wrong, old man?
ちっとは答えてきたかよ。
Starting to get a little tough?
いくら攻撃しようとも無
No
駄です
much. No matter how much you attack, it is useless.
私のシールドは
Why can't you
あなたに
understand
は砕かない
that you cannot break
どう
my
してわからない
shield?
んです
砕けないからってよ。殴るのをやめはしないぜ。
Saying that is not gonna stop me hitting you.
どんな硬い
No matter how
心
hard
だ。
someone hard is, we're just gonna get through them bit by bit and eventually gonna make a
やが
crack.
てはひびを入れることだってできるんだ。 私は信じてる。
I believe it.
この世に無駄な
I
努
believe
力
there's
な
no
んて存
such thing
在
as
し
useless
ないって
effort in
な。
this world.
だから生きるんだろ。
Is that why we
思い
live?
っきり
To the fullest.
言葉だっていつか
Words
通
get
じ
through
るなら
eventually. The same goes to
拳だって
fist.
同じってことだぜ。私の辞書
I
に
don't know
は
the meaning of the words
諦
give
める
up.
って文字は書いちゃいねえんだぜ。はっはっせっ
Those words were probably aimed at Cannon. Cannon had technically rejected Jessica's words. But Jessica knew that no matter how obstinate his heart was, those words would eventually soak through. And she believed that surely the day would come when he would understand her heart and stop calling himself furniture and disparaging himself. And step onto this new life. So Jessica wouldn't give up. She wouldn't lose heart.
バカみてえだろ。
Sounds dumb as hell, huh?
男には
I know that makes no sense to a guy like you,
理解できねえ
does
だ
it?
ろ。恋する乙女ってのは
See, a
な
girl love doesn't
無駄
think
だ
of
から
giving up
諦める
because
っ
it's
て考え
useless.
がねえんだぜ。
At that time, Rowan certainly saw. He saw the red-hot, burning glow of light surrounding Jessica's fists. This is problematic.
エンチャントですか。
Enchanted are they?
浸透付与とは
Penetration upgrade? That will be troublesome. Within her relentless fist and determination, showed the power to succeed no matter what. From Demon's perspective, that was magic. Absolute determination becomes magic.
な、
See?
無駄なんてことは
Nothing
ねえ
useless
だろ。
about it.
通ってんだろ。
My fists are making it through, aren't they?
腕をかばってるぜ、おっさん。
You're guarding your arm, old man.
もう少し本気
It
を
seems
出
that
さ
we'll
ざ
have
る
to
を
get a
得ない
little
ようですね
more serious.
おっしゃる通りのようです。
It appears it is as you said.
この世に無駄
In
な
this world, nothing is useless.
そうさ、
That's right.
無駄なん
If
て
you give
諦
up,
めたら
say something useless, and that's when your life is freaking over.
通じるんだよ。
I'll get through to him.
絶対に。
Definitely. I'm an idiot, so this is the only way I can live. But even so, I believe that one day, I'll definitely reach Canicun about a new world. So I'm not gonna buckle in a place like this. I'll definitely defeat you and save everyone.
くそ
Damn it!
なんとか
Package is open! Oh! Ah! Kraus was repeating his useless effort in trying to somehow open a hole between the metal bars. Useless. There's nothing useless. There's nothing! The lookout goats had been swallowed up by those black pits and disappeared. Now was their do or die chance. This was their only chance to break the bars.
よせ無茶だ
Stop!
クラウ
It's
ス
impossible, Crow-son!
素手でどうにかなるもんじゃない
We can't do anything about them with our bare hands.
道具を探しましょう無茶をするんじゃない
Let's look for a tool. Don't waste time on the impossible.
無駄と諦めたらそ
If
れ
you give up saying it's useless, then it's all
娘が言
over.
われてしまった
That's what my daughter said.
私の体は無理でも
Even if it's impossible, my body, as long as a small person like Shatter and Candy can make it through.
この段階に至っては出ない知恵を絞
At
る
this
より
stage, action is more important than racking our brains.
力を合わせましょう。私もやるわ。
I'll join in too.
カノン君、男の子でしょ。手を貸
Cancun,
して
you're a boy. Lend a hand.
カノン君、
Cancun?
旦那様、
Kraus-sama,
下がってください。
please stand back.
何
What?
何をする気だ
What are you thinking of?
いいよね。姉さ
It's alright. Isn't it, Nessan?
ん、もう一度だけ
If we try struggling,
あがいても。
just one more time. Yeah,
私も
I'll struggle
もう一度だ
once
け
more
あな
as
たを
well.
一度だ
No,
けじゃ
not
ない
once.
何度でも
Over and over again. Jessica's voice had reached Cannon. Had certainly permeated into his stone-cold heart. and George's voice that reached Shannon. If the love he had shown was embodied by strength, she would have to respond in the same way. An incredible metallic sound rang out. The first flash cut through horizontally through several metal bars, and with the next flash, they're cut through horizontally again, causing them to clatter to the ground like bamboo shoots cut by a sword. Kraus, Kirei, and Nanjo didn't even have a clue about what just happened.
Nanjo sensei.
Dr. Nanjo. Which way down the corridor goes to the mansion? Yes. To the left on the back.
参りましょう、旦那様方。
Let's go, everyone.
すぐにワルギリア様に気づかれます。
We'll be noticed by Virgilia some anytime now.
あんたたちは一体何なの？
You two. What in the world are you?
僕たちは。
Where? Lucan hung his head a little and faltered. Shannon slapped his shoulder, smiled, and spoke.
私たちは
We are human.
ワルギリア様。
Virgilia-sama!
警戒網に
This was the warning network. Jailbreak!
なぜか水
They
色
got
のヤギがい
up!
ま
The
せ
cops are there for some reason.
え？どうしてです？
What? Why? It's Gap,
ガープです。
isn't it?
人の瞬間物を
Taking my summons without asking.
ガップ
Gap,
ガップガップ。
Gappa, Gappo.
光線規定確認。
Confirming rules of
脱
engagement.
走者への
Request
所属
person
許可を
found
申
at
請
Skibby's
であり
mom.
ます。おやりなさい。
Do it.
やっちゃいなさい。
Kill them.
ガップガップガップガップガップ。了解であります。
Understood, ma'am.
45、
45, 410. Preparing the cyber pursuit combat.
男子収束誘導弾。
Got it? Close routes.
ワルギリア様。
Virgilia-sama? Escape prevention barrier.
いったったっ
Ow, 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 ow.
そう
Yes, right.
ここから逃が
I
しは
won't
し
let
ま
you
せん。
escape from here. Oh,
ガップガ
I bit my tongue saying gap gap. As they ran down the underground passage, the path in front of them was again blocked by metal bars. The door was, of course, locked. However, that was not a problem for now.
カノン、また鉄合した。
Got in more metal bars.
頼む。
We need you.
はい旦那
Yes,
様。
Kraus-sama.
しかしすごいわ。
This is incredible, though.
一体
I
どう
wonder
い
if
う
you
原理
could
な
tell
の
me
か
what kind of principle it works on.
原理など興味ないね。
I'm not interested in principles.
大事な
The
の
only
は
that's important is that I can sever the metal bars we can escape from here.
ここから脱出できること。 気にするな、カノン。やれ。
Don't get distracted, Cannon. Just do
お
it.
任せよ。
Leave it to me. And slice the metal bars again with a red trail. There's a harsh, strange noise, and only a slight scratch was left on the metal bars.
なんと。これは頑丈だ。
Goodness, these are sturdy.
違う。
No,
エンチャントされてる。
it's enchanted.
ワルギリア
It's Virgilia-sama's magic lock.
切断できる？
You cut through it?
もちろん
Of
で
course.
も時間を
But it
か
will
ける
take time.
3分間
I'll give you 3 minutes. After taking a deep breath and focusing his concentration, Ken once again extended his sword that trailed red. When he pressed it hard against the metal bars, sparks sprayed, almost as though he's burning through them with a blowtorch.
切断はできそうだが手こずりそうだな。
This looks like cutting it is impossible, but it's going to make us work for it.
旦那様
Proud-sama,
敵に捕捉され
I'm
まし
locked onto by the enemy.
た下がってください
Please move back. Huh?
追って
Pursuers?
誰も来て
There's
ない
no one coming.
私の後ろに下がってください
Please, get behind me.
狙われてます
They're aiming for us.
45データ治療
45. Data
標
received.
的は捕捉
Targets acquired.
地形誤差
Starting for the rain.
射撃曲線形成
Moving fire.
制御点補正
Middle
完了
points adjusted.
410デー
Data
タ
link to 410.
410データ治療
410. Data received.
危険区域
Checking danger zone. No problems.
00師団装填
Double
48
loading 48 sub-rounds.
Cometsu Yudo
Image home
F&F.
FNF. Get it closer rounds.
準備完
Ready.
了
45射撃準備完了
45. Fine preparations complete.
収束誘導
Get
弾
it closer
装
rounds.
填
Loaded.
410
410.
射撃
Firing. A golden arrow that sparked Go was fired, leaving Go tail streaming behind. It drew a curve, went through the door, through the keyhole, down the stairs, towards the underground path at full speed.
何か光りましたぞ。
Something shown.
黄金の矢はシールドで防げ
You
ない
can't block the gold arrow with a shield.
カノン君
And couldn't
迎撃
prepare to
態勢
intercept.
リンクしよう
Let's link.
ゲートキーパー了解
Gatekeeper understood.
姉さんと一緒
It's
に
been a long time since I fought alongside you, Nessan.
動じらないでよ
Don't screw up. Yeah,
本気でやる
I'll give it everything I've got.
なら問題ない
Then we'll be fine. Cannon stopped cutting the bars and stood in front of Shannon. Behind him, Shannon closed her eyes, concentrating her mind, focusing deep into the darkness on their ground. A guide closer around is a special kind of arrow made up of 48 sub-rounds bound together. It explodes mid-flight and divides into 48 mini-arrows. The strength of each individual one is low, but they pierce through all shields and possess a total lethality against ground troops. On top of that, each one of the 48 possesses autonomous guidance towards their individual targets. It's shown. It's divided.
収束誘導弾分裂確認
Taking guided cluster round
師
division.
団
46, 7, 8, 48
48
sub-rounds. All lots acquired.
迎撃完成
Interception show.
Data link.
Data link to cannon.
Canon データ受領
Cannon data received.
姉さんの能力はすごいな
Your ability is incredible, Nessan.
48発全部
I can see all 48.
迎撃優先順位
So the
の1位
interception priority ordering.
姉さんを信じて
Just your senses, Nissan.
もちろんさ
Of course.
僕は目を開ける必要さえない
I don't even know if you open my eyes. That's interception.
Huh?
目標健在
Target's unharmed! It was intercepted! Yeah?
48
Off on the gate! Ho ho ho!
シャノンとカ
Shannon and Cannon were originally a furniture pair, you see.
あいつだったこれ口内炎になっちゃうかしら
I wonder if this is gonna become a mouth ulcer. Calm down. Reload.
弾種を変更
Updating the ammo type.
精密高
So
速
this
狙
isn't like
撃弾
sniper rounds.
精密
But I
狙
was
撃
this isn't sniping.
そりゃいいね
Sounds good in here. Who wants an intercept super high speed rounds?
ゲートキーパーごときじゃ防御不能だに
The boss will defend for me, okay? Keep her near.
精密狙撃戦了解
Position sniping understood.
精密射撃用データ収集
Sensing
開始
collection precision firing data.
一体今の
What in the world was that just now?
安心して私
Don't
にも
worry, I'm as clueless as you.
一つわかるのは二人に頼らなき
All
ゃ
I
死
know
ん
is that
で
we'd be dead if we hadn't relied on those two.
カノン君ありがとう
Cannon, thanks.
鉄格子に戻って
Go back to the metal bars.
多分
Next, you'll probably come a shot that you can't intercept.
そんな攻撃をどう防ぐんだ
How do we block such an attack?
撃たせません
You don't let them shoot.
カノン君
Cannon,
レッスン
Fear Mortal Combat. Guard yourself. At those words, Cannon closed his eyes tightly and clenched his teeth. The strand in the center, a pressure and impact blasted out, could only be received by those not human. Huh?
射撃シ
A
ステム
firing system error!
ダメだ
No good!
再起動
Rebooting!
あれあれ
Huh? Huh?
霊波妨害霊視何をしてるか早く
Here,
耳
wait,
を
jump.
下げ45
Zero particle protection, move it! What are you doing? Go cover your ass, 45. An unseen, unheard impact blast towards the Cheshire Sisters. 00 and 410 crouched down, covered the ears before 45 to make in time. Still standing boat upright, her eyes rolled inside her head.
45損傷
45!
コン
Damaged!
パイラの
Our gun fire engine's gone kaput! Oh, the noise! It's over for me, Mia!
45
45,
そして
410,
00
a foot and double damaged.
狙撃
A
戦を
balance
ダメ
typing. It came straight through the line. Have to reboot. Raising the spirit particles sensitivity for precision sniping had backfired. They had taken the full brunt of the spherical particle shockwave Shannon released. Not only 45, who had been directly hit, but 00 and 410 who had been linked with her were taken down.
大丈夫ですか
Are you alright?
後でまた美味しい紅茶を入れてあげますからねしっかり
I'll make some more delicious black tea later, okay? Hold it together.
申し訳ございません
My
が
apologies, ma'am.
再起動をかけます
We'll
数百
reboot.
秒ほどお待ちを
Please wait a few hundred seconds. All the Cheshire Sisters had collapsed. They would probably get back up eventually, but it looked like it would be hard for them to return to the battle lines for a while. So, furniture was able to repel weapons, if for but a moment. They're still trying to figure this out, understandable. it kind of works if Nanjo's a co-conspirator. He could fake Shannon's death in episode 1-3, but that doesn't explain how they failed Canon 2 in episode 3. Yeah, as I said, there's a lot to figure out. So I can kind of buy that each episode is a self-contained mystery, possibly, with the overarching mystery, what really happened after all, which episode is true, you know? The problem comes in, of course, in what the fuck was, like, again, I would like to mention this. Jessica has a crush on Canon. George is dating Shannon. How? How the fuck is that happening at the same time? You know? That's in the real world, seemingly. So how the fuck did that happen? Even worse is, I look back on episode 1. Before the storm arrives, Genji interacts with both Shannon and Canon, which makes it so feel like... Go look back on the episodes before the storm arrives and the road becomes closed off. Like, who talks to Shannon and Canon at the same time? How many people? Yeah, at the same time is very important in this.
I see. The plots which entertain that show truly are filled with unexpected turns.
Virgilia tore the air with a large motion as though opening a door.
Come, arise, goat servants. It's time for work. Kill and capture the escapees. Corpses are fine. We can just revive them later.
A gold-colored door opened in the air and countless giant goats with muscular bodies peeked their faces in.
Come now, hurry. There are 5 escapees. The fastest 5 wins.
That is the island of the storm. Yeah. Once the storm arrives, the island becomes a locked room. And all things of like, wait, hold on, how can this make sense? We can kind of start interpreting it under a different lens, which helps, but just have to see if it's true in the pre-storm. Yes, exactly, Carrie. Pre-storm sections are where everything matters most here. And God, there's a lot of material to look through. Genji Kumasawa would have to be doing a lot of covering, but then we've known from the start that Shannon is special for some reason. I mean, she was brought over at 6 years old. Yeah, not wrong at all. Remember, we were also told that people usually leave after like 2 to 3 years. Shannon has been here for fucking 10. We all noticed that immediately and all said that was that's weird.
Come on now, go for it, go for it.
Virgilia clapped her hands, urging them on. A prize? After glancing at each other at those words, the goats rushed to the door at once, trying to get out, making the exit as tight as a squeeze of the trains during the commuter rush. Each wanted to get out first, so none of them could get out. Virgilia held her head in frustration. At that time, Canon managed to cut just enough bars, making a gap that could be slipped through. A very bit of worker crowd, large as was, and Nanjo, whose waist was nearly his downfall. But even so, they all managed to make it through. Their relief at getting through was short-lived. Immediately, another set of bars blocked the way in front of them. The security sure is tough. I bet they didn't really want the people in here to escape. Canon, I'm sorry, but I don't have to ask you again. Reserve stuff on you, but please. There's sweat on Canon's forehead. You tell a glance at cutting the metal bars, which have been made even more solid magic, was exhausting him considerably. Yes, leave it to me, Kraus-san. Only you can do it. Please, we're counting on you. Only he could do it. Holding tightly onto those words. Enemies are coming from behind. Multiple. Yes, this time even we can tell. The ground truly starting to shake. I can tell that some terrible monsters are rushing at us. Don't worry. I've seen the bars just came through with a magic lock. Those won't be able to break through it. Janet held her hand out towards the bar they had come through. But she stopped right away. What is it? Virgilia-sama has started neutralizing the spirit wave jamming. It'd be bad if it broke. The hallucination once the Chester sisters are rebooted. I'll make you pay in full for boning these cute rabbits. You try and gain advantage of those crafty little spirit particles. I'll tear all that off and rob you of them. Yes, son, concentrating the spirit wave jamming. Gathering those bars too narrow for those goats. It should hold them back for a while. I don't have a clue what you're saying, but we gotta look out when that's something pretty bad. He already picked up a metal bar that Ken had just cut. Crashed on a weapon and he rubbed his fist and the two of them glared in the depth of the underground passage where the shaking was coming from. I believe this bar is the final thing blocking the way. How far is it to the mansion from here? Quite a walk. That's even nicer than our walking for 30 minutes. If we run out flat out, it'll be half that time. They couldn't tell for sure since they didn't have the three-side mirror. There's no guarantee that George could hold out against the demon punch for all that time. If we run at twice walking speed, it'll be 15 minutes. And running at twice that speed again will make it 8 minutes. And if we sprint out flat out at double that speed again, it won't even take 5. No sweat. An unreasonable calculation. The calculations I emergency do tend to be that way. My sincere apologies, everyone. The rest will be up to you. Leave it to us. Cannon, you got the bars as fast as you can. Shannon, you can jamming that switch called Virgilia or whatever. Kirei-san and I will defend against the pursuers. Then the roars of beasts rang out of the night and numerous fiery, glowing, bright red eyes appeared. The goats rushing towards them with thunderous force were several levels more massive than guards had been. The tremors that created were almost like an earthquake. The power and terror was tremendous, but Kirei instead laughed with relief. Those massive bodies wouldn't be able to go through a gap in the bars. Yeah, but they might be able to slam their way through. The group of goats crashed into the metal bars with a terrific sound like that of a train colliding with a dead end. Clumps of dirt fell here and there from the ceiling, and you could tell that the metal bars buckled inwards. The force of the charge must have been no different from a train. If the metal bars hadn't been there, they would undoubtedly have been swallowed up by the 5 of them and crushed in an instant. When the group of goats pressed up against the metal bars, realized the 5 of them were right in front of them. They let out a terrible howl, trying to intimidate the 5. Although it was hard to tell whether that was really intimidation or because of the pain of being pushed and shoved. One calm goat among them figured out that I need to do something about the metal bars. and grabbed two of them with his massive arms again, bending them as though opening double doors. Kiri sharply grabbed her metal hoe at that goat's vitals. The goat let out a roar of anguish. It probably hurt a lot, but that was all. It was enough to bring it down. Kraus-san? Still holding this metal pike hoe in hand, Kiri relinquished the opposite tip to Kraus. All that to strike power is focused on the single pole, drilling it in. Are you alright? Please don't rub the affected area. To prescribe some medicine later. Take care. As the goat had taken a power bunker to its vitals, writhed with teary eyes, it nodded its head. I'll say our link isn't that bad either. We can't let Shannon couldn't beat us. Naturally, we are a loving family after all. We can take them if it's 2-on-1. Next, that one on the right. Roger. You seem like a great wife. Rudolph, I'm sorry that he grumbled a little too much. Oh, you have to tell me that later. Rudolph-san, it's no use you turning white in heaven. It's too late for excuses. The goat's massive body sank into the rose bush. Even taking into account that the leg's power is 3 times 7 arms, the strength surpassed common sense. That massive body flying up and through the air from being kicked in the kitchen. It was too epic. Even George seemed a little surprised. I think my kicks will work on monsters too. I'm astonished. It's because of your counter-attacking type barrier. Attack power that creates you is added to your own. The superhuman power of those monsters has been added to your kicks. Oh. I don't really get it, but isn't this just perfect for me? You're going to attack me. No matter who you are, you should be prepared for a counterattack of equal measure. Non-aggressive defense. That is exactly my policy. That's why Gap couldn't easily touch him. The counter-attacking type barrier had no defensive power. However, because of its counter-attacking characteristic, it would be useful in defense by making the opponent hesitate to attack. The goats were foolish, so they attacked without worrying. But the effect was being realized to the foe against Gap. These guys really are, though. Your power is even better be of a smaller build. You lightly dodge the log-like arm. When that arm touched the barrier that protected George, let out a strong red light. And the tip of the foot that was counter-attacking gained the same shine, and the superhuman power of the goat was added to George's own. The second goat fell forwards and floated in the air for a second. Then, George's next roundhouse kick missed right over the falling goat's head. For an instant, the goat hoped to get away with his life. But no! A heel was dropped onto the back of its head and was forced to kiss the ground. Long-term high roundhouse kick into your Chagi is pretty basic, right? It connects pretty often and don't overuse it. This guy's a problem. Seriously, a problem. Demons, witches, get real. The rules of Rokijinba are this Ushinomiya family. I'll teach you that with every ounce of strength in my body. The only way to finish off George now that his body was wrapped up in a counterattacking type barrier was not allowing him to counterattack. Next time she sucked him in the abyss, she would have to kick and drop him, kick and drop him, kick and drop him, until she kicked him to death. But George already perfected reading the faint warning signs that told the appearance of Gap's pitfall was. If he began to jump over the next pit, then this time he would probably pulverize Gap's head with his whirlwind-like kick, without holding back in the slightest, just as had been done to his parents. So he envisioned the scene vividly. It was far too late now, but Gap cursed Kinzo all the same for calling her out to this ridiculous island. Ronway finally started using both his hands to form a shield. Without a more powerful shield, he wouldn't be able to completely block Jessica's fist anymore. The enchantment of Jessica's fist grew the more she fought. The permeation upgrade already stacked several times. And those fists had been an impact upgrade, a piercing upgrade, a speed upgrade, making them fist worthy. What's wrong? Starting to get tired? You're getting all slow. No. Movements, thoughts, and connecting vision have been exponentially enchanted. My movements have not changed from the beginning. Your movements are beginning to capture me. And you still won't fight back? This is how which I insist upon. However, I cannot allow things to continue as they are. It's now time for me to get serious and end this. Ronway's face turned to an expression he had never shown before. It was truly demonic, and Jessica's eyes full of respect. This was an expression only shown to enemies strong enough to make him get serious. Whoa! What the heck? The whole body just said that he couldn't call elegant. Ronway set up a shield with all his strength, the size and thickness of a wall. Its sturdiness was nothing like a shield. It was literally a wall. On top of that, with all Ronway's magic power, it pushed Jessica back a bit by bit. He finally pushing her against the wall and crushing her to death. Then he tried to break through the wall with both fists, but it was solid. Without any exaggeration, it was solid. You call this serious? No problem. I'll break right through it! I will not let you this time. This wall is somewhat different. Here, allow me to enchant it as well. Ronway made the magic signs with his fingers almost like a ninja. The wall glowed red for just an instant and became imbued with some kind of ominous power. Almost immediately, Jessica had also gained a first-hand understanding of this. Every time she pounded her fist against the wall, pain rebounded upon her as though glass fragments had scattered about and hit all over her body. I upgraded with an attack reactive armor. An exceptional item which will decrease the force of your attacks by counterbalancing them. It can even counteract the reactive fragments. You are perfectly welcome to keep punching it, but doing so will affect you as well. So it's an endurance test between me and your wall? Fine by me. Will you fall to your knees first, or be pushed into the wall first? Allow me to observe.
Or
I may be through and smash that whole wall along with their face. Everything about that. Just watch me! The hesitation just has slammed both fists into the wall. Each time she did it, a large amount of shards scattered, tormenting her body all over. Countless red cuts soon appeared over her body. She grimaced in intense pain, but her eyes were burning with fighting spirit, and her lips curved and grinned exactly the opposite of pain. Kanon, are you done yet? Be alright. But I cannot say the same for the bars holding those guys in check. Just a little more. There's no end to these guys. The bar might break down just from them shoving against each other. The bars creaked under the strain of the group of goats. Several arms grabbed the bars, twisting them with superhuman strength. However, some bars were being pulled in opposite directions by different hands. Apparently, they were really stupid. The way those countless hands were grabbing metal bars happened to match up by chance. So hands grabbed two metal bars, neatly put their power together, and pulled the bars to the left and right, creating an opening. The sound of metal bending could be heard, and that gap was getting larger bit by bit. They attacked the arms of the goats one by one, but they weren't getting anywhere. They couldn't stop the gap from expanding left and right. A loud metallic sound came from behind them. Ken had finally finished cutting. Quickly.
Kiryu-san, ladies first.
Kiryu-san, ladies first.
Nanjo-senseiも続いて.
You're up next, Dr. Nanjo. Perhaps someone, please leave this place. What? Ken's red sword, which he had cut the metal bars, disappeared. Sorry. Virgilia-sama's sphere combat area of influence. Our magical power is being neutralized. I am impressed that you put up such a fight against a great witch like me. You can no longer use your magic in that underground passage. A magic circle column drew complex magic formula around Virgilia. With such full-fledged magic being used, Shen's power couldn't even compete. On the contrary, it was surprising that she had withstood as much as she had. Spirit particle superiority ensured. Come, Chester sisters. Now it's your turn. Wait, are you still rebooting? Why are kids so bad at waking up these days? My apologies, Mom. We're all different versions. Why is it that the shortcuts and pull down menus get all screwed up every time you change versions here? Did not shut down successful last time? Administrative privileges? What is all this nonsense? Fix me quickly! Wah, wah!
の得体トラブルシュートにコール。
Computer got troubleshooting. What?
ユーザー
You
コー
want
ド
to
がない
us
と
without
知らない。
a user code?
ユーザーコードは45が管理している。
25 is in the control of the user code, yeah.
9999にしか聞こえん。
Oh, I can hear it. Is QQQQQ.
紙に書かせろ。
Have her write it on some paper.
言語支援システム。
I think the bot system hasn't gone back up. Just getting it right yet, yeah. Should never have bought a computer.
お前たちはゆっくり
You
修理し
take
てい
your
なさい。
time fixing your. You take your time fixing yourself.
私が行ってきます。
I'll go by myself.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry. The narrow passage was packed with goats, true like a commuter train in the morning. Virginia was again in disbelief of this congestion.
何をやってるんですか。
What are you doing? Huh?
ご褒美が欲しい
You
から
want to be
一番
first because you want the prize.
他のヤギにご褒美を
You're
奪わ
getting
れ
in
た
each
く
other's way
ない
because
か
you
ら
don't want to fight
邪魔をし
on the
よう
others to steal the prize from you. You stupid goats!
私が行きますから。
I'm going myself, so open the way.
何？
What?
嫌です。
You don't want to.
悪ギリア様が
Virgilia,
ご
someone's
褒
trying
美
to
を
steal
奪
the
うつもりだ。
prize.
なんでスクラム組んでるんですか。
Why are you forming a scrum? Ah! It's so crammed and tight!
いつからここ
When
は
did
野
this
生
wheel
用
of
ジャ
goats
ニー
only tar?
今お尻触った子、次の駅で降りなさい。
Whoever just touched my butt, get off at the next station!
何あなた。
What do you want?
こっちへ来
Come
い。
this way, you say? The 5 people in charge of the group dashed through the passage with all their strength. They couldn't afford to water wall underground. They had to quickly join up with the children on the service. Once everyone was together, there would no longer be anything to fear. Just then, a terrible rumble started closing in from behind. As the pursuers finally made it through the metal bars, they couldn't see anyone when they turned around. That rumble, the dirt falling here and there from the ceiling grew closer and closer. They finally catch up with them and even going past them. It's almost like they had been passed by ghosts. The instant after they thought that nothing had happened, the ceiling in front of them fell and a single goat stood in their path. Virgilia was sitting on its shoulder.
こい子が近道を知っていました。
This wise child knew a shortcut.
偉い子ですね。
What a good
一
kid.
等賞です。
You get first prize.
後で手作り
Hey,
の
don't you do
サバ
some
のカレ
homemade
ーに
mackerel
ごちそう
curry?
してあげます。
Maybe he was really happy to even receive such a dubious prize. Now his goat showed his joy by putting his hands together and wiggling. Virgilia leapt down, laughing that now it was finally checkmate.
くそ、ダメだ。
Damn, it's no good.
魔力
Our magic has been completely killed.
まだよ。
It's too early to give
魔
up.
法がなくて
We
も
will not magically save our
私
bodies.
たちにはまだこの体がある。
無茶だ。
Don't be ridiculous.
あんな化け物にあの不
There's no
思
way
議
you
な
can find a monster like that without that strange
戦えるわ
power.
けがない子供たちは下がっていたの
Stay back, children.
私が何とかするから
All of them somehow should you escape past that monster while I'm keeping him busy.
駆け抜けるんだ
させませんよ
I won't let you. Vegeta clapped her hands and a purple magic berry appeared behind her, stealing even the faint hope that Krause had been betting on.
断じキュースか
Is there nothing more that can be done?
いやまだだ
No, there's still a chance.
ジェシカも戦った
Even Jessica fought.
私が戦わんわ
I
けに
must
は
do
い
the
かん
same.
本気なの
Are you serious?
無理よあんな巨
It's not
大な
possible
化
not
け
against
物
that massive monster.
むちゃくちゃだ
That would be absurd.
クラウスさん
Krause-sama,
他の方法を
let's think
考
of
え
another
まし
way.
ょう思いついたら提案してくれたまえ
If you think of something, I'll be open to suggestions.
それまでも
Until then, it looks like I'll have to manage something.
さあ下がりたまえ
Come on, get back.
気をつけて
Be careful.
おやおやクラウス
My
あ
Krause-sama
なた一人でこの子
intend
と
to fight
戦
this
うつも
child
りですか
alone. You,
わからんぞ
you never know.
戦いには
In a fight, it's always
ま
fun
ぐ
to
れ
get
当たり
in
の
a
一発だ
lucky
ってあ
shot.
り得る
まぐれでも勝てるつもりと
You
思う
think you can win even with a fluke.
身の程知らずのあなた
Allow
の
me to
ために
explain the situation for you,
私が状況を
since you
整理
clearly
して
don't
差し上
know
げ
their
ましょう
place.
何
What?
あなたが 100% の力を得たとしてあなたの戦闘力はせいぜい
Assuming you were to wield 100% of your power, your power level is at most 6.
対してこの子の
In
戦闘
comparison,
力は
this
1000
child has a power level of 1000.
つまりあなたが100人束になっても絶対に勝てることです
In short, even if there were 100 of you, you could never win.
まあ確かに戦いには
Well,
不確定要素もある
true that there are uncertain elements in a fight.
その戦闘
I
力
will
に
admit that
多
your
少
power
の
level
倍
has
率が
slight
かかることも
as a
認
slight
めましょう
factoring into it.
しかしそれで
But
も
even so,
あな
your
た
chance
が
of
こ
beating
の
him
子を
around
倒せる確
perhaps
率は 0.00001% でしょうか
as we know.
何かしら
Do you understand?
あなたには
You don't even have a 1 in 10,000 chance of victory. Again, go Goffo together.
くそ
Damn it.
万一ということは配当は1万倍ということではないかね
If it's a 1 in 10,000 chance, then the payoff will be 10,000 times more, will it not?
いい大穴だ
A good dark horse.
そういう馬券は好きだよ買いたくなる
I like betting tickets like that. Makes me want to buy.
それを買うコインはあなたの命1
But
枚
the
しかあ
coin
り
to
ま
buy
せ
that
ん
is your life. And there's only one of those, you know.
しかしその奇跡に運命を託したいというあなたの気持ちよくわかります
Nevertheless, I can understand the feeling of wanting to entrust your fate to that miracle.
ですので恐れずに立ち向かう
Which is
あ
why,
なたの勇
in
気をたた
praise
え
of recurs you're standing against us,
一つハンデを差し上げま
without
す
fear, I shall give you a bit of a handicap.
この子は左腕一本で
This
戦
child
い
will
ま
only fight with his left arm.
すまあそれでもあなたにそれにしても何かしら
Seriously, what is that thing that keeps going bing bong, bing bong? Very well. I'll accept that challenge.
左腕だろうとなんだろうとどうせ私は一撃で殺されるだ
Left arm or whatever else, I'm sure I'll be killed.
私のチャンスもまた
Only have a single chance.
一撃しかないのだ
Chance at a strike.
それに全てかけるしかあるまい
I can only bet everything on that.
むちゃくちゃだクラウスさん
As absurd, Kraus-kun.
あんたがボクシングをやってたことは知っているがそれでも大学時代のはず
I know that you used to do boxing. I think that was during your college days.
いやいや仮にプロのボクサーがいたとしても
No, no, even you were a pro boxer here. So you can defeat a monster like that with only one strike.
リングの上での試合なら確かにね。
That would be true if this was a match in the ring.
でも、
Krusty-san does have made a small chance they can still hope on.
彼はそれに
He's
全て
setting all of
望み
his
を
hopes
かけ
on
て。
this one chance.
まさか。
You aren't saying.
しかし、
But
そんなのも
there's no way that's going to work.
旦那様
Kraus-sama?
見ていろ
Watch me.
一撃で決めてやる
I'll settle this with a single strike. Oh, how unwise. I know what you're gunning for. The difference between the two of them is more than 10 meters. If the going Kraus would step in with all the strength to settle the fight with a single blow, their power would be double the norm. Both would crash together, so it would be relative 4 times normal. Even on top of that, they strike miraculously lands a weak point for a hit that will only double the power. In short, Kraus' maximum power level of 6 times 8 will cap out at 48 at the most. You might just barely get to win if you repeat that lucky shot a full 20 times. Oh, if you're killed every time you take a hit, your damage ilky mates. Let's see if after you finally win when we get to episode 24. Oh, if only the series could stretch on so long. By the way, you don't even have the slight chance of victory. Why is... Good gracious, what is that bing bong I keep hearing? Oh, but everything on a single strike. You have no reason to hold back either. Give everything you got.
全力。
He's requesting that you go all out.
本気の一撃で。
Ozai sent with a single all-out strike and turn into chunks of meat. As the Goda got excited, beat his chest over and over, and took a position as though preparing for a sprint. Oh, is that what you're hoping for? Take your hopes on your greatest power level and despair when not even that doesn't reach. It pinged again. I think really is getting on my nerves. What is it? Here I come. Ready? The goat roared in response. Then with the match time that only men confronting each other could apprehend. The two leapt forward like bullets shot of a gun. Men howled, killing strength from all of their bodies into one arm each. The goat's fiery glowing eyes clearly locked onto Kraus' face. He really sensed the vision when he would step forwards, when he would punch through Kraus and blow him away, and when he would achieve his total victory. Long full painful days before today drifted through the goat's mind. The hard days of training where his senpais had picked on him. The faint glimpse of the senpai's warm concern during those days. And the joy of that day's power of acknowledged had been accepted as one of the team. I never properly respected my parents. That's right, actually I washed my hands of this business when Double R returned to my hometown. Sorry, my little ghost sister, Oni-chan caused you nothing but trouble. And I asked her childhood, I'm going to marry her when I get home.
Yeah!
No!
負けフラグ立てすぎちゃダメ
Don't trip so many loser flags! The term flag here originally described an invisible state value in game coding, which is said to be tripped or triggered. When the player takes some action that influences future events. The moment of the flag trip itself is usually not visible and can only be taken through later changes to dialogue events that signal to the player that have impacted events or changed routes. In casual use of the term, especially when applying content to a non-integrated medium, these moments that indicate clearly to the genre side that the events are inexorably unfolding a certain way are themselves called flags. It is in this sense that this phrase loser flag is used here. I refer to the occurrence of a cliche that is almost always followed by a total failure of a character in the story. You can't handle that punch, dodge it! I have the instant before the two crash and the punches crossed. Bonus for Julia. Looks like you can make a composed decision. You must not take that punch. Deflect it. The very instant the goat's left straight and the Krause's right straight crossed. The goat waited for Julia's order with super fast 3 seconds and pulled back his straight, deflecting Krause's punch. Yes, Virgilia's decision was probably wise. After all, the number of loser flags acts as a multiplier on the opponent's power level. That was close. If you had taken the punch out triggering so many loser flags, imagine how creative force would have been multiplied too. Come on. From there, smash the complete open right side of his face with his right straight. What? The promise of fighting with only your left arm. Oh, promises are made to be broken. Yeah, tripped another one. I'm disappointed, Virgilia. You really were lacking composure. What the? How was I not composed by noticing it beforehand and making him avoid it? Why is that, Kirei-sama? Did Crush that one of Crush-sama have won? I see. Even 20 loser flags. It's still not enough. Crouch and the goat's double rush makes it ×4. When a mirror go on their side, the firm problems of group hit would double it again for ×8. On top of that, multiplier ×20 equal to the number of trip loser flags applied. It makes it 160 times. Hey, that's how those same crowd amplification, but even so, Crouch's power level is still 6. You know, applied by 160, it only makes it a power level of 960. There's a fraction below the goat's 1000. That's why I said you weren't composed. You made a blunder. If they crashed like that, you would have won. Even if that were so, it all comes to the same thing. This right straight smashes Krause's head. Die, Yushiromiya, Krause. Take this, most powerful blow in the world of boxing. I mean, deflect your Krause's right straight. The goat's own right straight closed in on the right side of Krause's face, which had been left open. But there, it crossed to the left straight from Krause. The two punches crossed and time stopped as they each aimed for the face of the other. To think that it would be brought to a simultaneous strike at a moment like this. But his power level caps out at ×160, making it 960. You never made it to my child's 1000. No, Virgilia-san. You've lost. What? Made her go deflect the first cross counter. If the right trade here should if that were to hit, cross down would be in pieces. However, that was crossed. It's just no good. Cross counter has 4 times its destructive power. This is common knowledge in boxing. And if that is deflected and the right hits, then double cross counter is 8 times its destructive power. This is also common knowledge in boxing. If that is crossed, the principle of leverage will triple cross and multiply destructive power by 12. This is also playing the common knowledge in the world of boxing. Kraus-sama's power level is 6. A double multiplier for both sides for rushing in, making it 4 times 4. The critical hit makes it times 8. Up to 160 for trimming too many to lose your death flags. And times 12 on top of that for the triple cross counter. Times 1,920. Power level of 11,520. Cards punch are easy enough to win that Boooooo tournament. This result was brought about by Kraus-san's precision, not giving up the game to the end, and your conceit. Without either, it would never become so powerful. You fought well. It's okay, you can fall now. Nanjo patted the goat on the shoulder. One-chan gave it his all. The sparkling drops and goat's eyes scattered, he softly toppled backwards and flattened Virgilia like a pancake. Hey, get off! The goat's massive body was too heavy for the slender Virgilia. The goat's massive body was too heavy. She floundered around with it on top of her, but didn't look like she would be able to escape. In that instant, Barry Virgilia had sealed rope. No hard feelings, please. Underestimating the principle of leverage was the cause of your defeat. I wonder why the principle of leverage worked on that counter. It's an internal mystery. Let's escape while we can. You take care, Mr. Goat. Oh, then excuse us, Virgilia-sama. Bows. Oh, wait! Get back here! Get this thing off of me! There's nothing more to block their way. They ran through the underground passage with a single-minded purpose. Jessica had finally been cornered with a wall at her back. Roland's magic barrier was advancing bit by bit and would probably crush her against the wall before long. Considering the distance would be a final strike, the final throw of her iron fist. Jessica had dealt out many punches before. The wall wasn't invincible. It already started cracking and wouldn't be strange for it to smash at any moment. Power due to the rebounding damage. Jessica herself was in very bad shape, which cuts all over her body.
もうおよしなさい。
Just stop this now.
あなたを押しつぶすつもりはありません。
I don't intend to crush you.
あなたの処遇は
It's up for the master to decide how to deal with you.
しかし、ジェシカ様のナイスファイトは私からも特に申し上げるつもりですよ。
However, I do intend to put in a good word for your impressive fight.
ふざけるんじゃねえぜ。
No freaking way. Not yet.
まだ終わっちゃいねえぜ。
It's not over yet.
あなたは満身創痍。
You have wounds all over your body.
立っているのもやっとではありませんか。
It's all you can manage just to stand, is it not?
あなたは最後の一撃に全ての
Seems
力
you
を込め
plan on
るつもり
putting
で
all of
い
your
る
strength into this final strike.
しかし、その最後の
However,
一
that
撃
final
は
strike will instead
む
prove
しろ
fatal for you.
命取りになりますよ。
Damage done by Ronave's magic barrier is proportional to the strength of the attack. His all-out punch would be bounced back onto her. The more all-out she went, the more suicide would be for her.
分かってるぜ。
I get it.
そんなこと
I
は
know
言わん。
that.
警告します。
I am warning you.
もうおやめなさい。
Stop this now.
それがあなたのためです。
It is for your own good.
強がるなよ。
Stop
お
bluffing.
前の壁
Watch
が
about to break.
もう破
Right?
れかかってるんだろ。殴ってきた私には手応えで分かってるんだ
I've
ぜ。
been the one punching it. You can't feel that?
That was a fact. Only his wall was already on the verge of breaking. On top of that, because the fist had been viewed with the unimaginable magic power attack by now, the strike power defied their imaginations. If he wasn't careful with that, strike power might pierce the defensive wall and smash Ronave as well. They're going to expand the size of her bedroom by connecting to the room next over. However, that damage will rebound to Jessica as well. She wouldn't escape unharmed.
もう一度だけ言います。
I will say just one more time.
おやめなさい。
Stop.
あなたのためを思って言っています。
I say this out of consideration for you.
やかましいぜ。
Shut the hell up.
覚悟しやがれ。
Say your prayers.
Jessica howled. Putting all her strength and her lasting grace to strike power into her fist, she roared. The three goats had been beaten down long ago. Without a single ragged breath, George cautiously closed distance between him and Gap. He was after her. He was planning on bringing her down with a single strike. Gap was also aiming for a single strike. If she let that chance slide, this time she would be...
落とし穴は使わないのかい?
Aren't you going to use your pitfalls? Even the tiny moment of weakness during the time it took to open the door would prove fatal against George now. Gap cautiously calculated distance and timing, but even as she did, George closed the gap between them.
来ないなら行くよ。
If you don't move, then I will.
来なさいよ。
Come on, then.
今さら小細工も何
No
も
more
ないわ。
tricks. This kick of mine will end this. The instant she knows George's body blur, only his jacket was floating in the air. A short sound of realization entered her mind, and in that instant, darkness crossed her. George, with his heel swung up high, looking more like a masked dragon attacking from the sky. You fell for it. I win, Ushiromiya George.
Nani?
What? Gap opened a vast pit with her in the center and swapped George along with herself. The two were swapped in the pit and spat out from the ceiling of the arbor. That was what Gap had been after, so she alone landed lightly. But there was another pit in George's landing spots. Got you, Ushiromiya George! It's been fun. Die now. It would be a waste for someone as good as you to end up as the Ushiromiya family head. So, I'll eat you up right here, right now. George was dead from the ceiling of the arbor. Probably been dropped the same distance as falling off the roof of a two-story building. In midair, he couldn't control his posture in any way. His impossible to resist or avoid or defend. As Gap swung like whirlwind, she got out of her energy, the sharp tip of her stiletto hill. This was a final strike to perform his requiem. The Queen Bee's final strike that would bore to heaven, knocking him down to the true abyss. Welcome to the abyss. This is the end of the line for you. Her prey captured in sight, she launched her foot up in the sky. It was then that she saw George's face. Even though he was in midair, he was calmly adjusting glasses with the middle of his left hand. And his posture was still preserved as that of an axe kick. Aim for Gap's forehead without the faintest deviation. I already anticipate that he would opt for that move. What? I jumped to make the person that was on the ground taste my heel, my posture would have collapsed long ago. However, my posture hasn't collapsed in the slightest. You know why? You don't mean... From the very beginning, I jumped to make the person that was 2 stories below taste my heel! It's your lot! Lose, Missy! Take this! This is the last and strongest upward front tree's wall was sucked in. Sucking the large black hole that suddenly opened up in the wall. Well, I did advise you to stop. What the? Truth is, I was never even in the slightest bit of trouble. Sorry. Jessica's fist had gotten for George's stomach, and George's axe had lined up on Jessica's head. The shocking destructive power imbued Jessica's fist crushed George's organs and scattered his abdomen. The equally shocking destructive power in George's axe kick smashed half of Jessica's head and scattered his contents in the same manner. I mean, come on. Which are about the acting, right?
ねえねえ、リーチェ、どうよ。見ててくれたかしら。
Hey Richie, how was it? Were you watching? Not bad, not bad. Follow script to a T. You really do get a cap. Woohoo! Vito and Gap give each other a light high five. Vito, you made me sit through that entire thing and it just was fucking nothing again! What the fuck, Vito?
ありがとう、ロノウェイ。
Thanks, Ronove.
こっちで美味しくいただけ
That
た。
was a treat.
ジェシカの死体はそっちに返すわ。
I'll return Jessica's corpse back there.
二人で寄り添う死体を引き離す。
I'll return Jessica's corpse back. Separate the corpses of the two who are
これ
close.
で第二の
Is the second Twilight done now? Gap dropped Jessica's corpse into the pit, into Jessica's room, as he carelessly is throwing them into the trash. Jessica's corpse and lumps of flesh fell from the ceiling and poured out all over the room. Ronway shook his head slightly at this all too gruesome change.
申し訳ございませんね。
My apologies, Lady Jessica.
ご忠告は申し上げたのですよ。
I did warn you.
もっとも
Of course.
この結末を予見し、
I suppose it's only natural that a human like yourself can understand the demonic pleasure I derive from foreseeing this conclusion, and giving you repeated warnings that I know you won't listen to. It really was fun, kiddo.
でもあんた、
But you play with words a little too much. I think if you're ready, may I fight back with the absolute classic?
が最高傑作あなた、
Ah, you're reading a few June light novels or something, you know. In the arbor brutally decorated by George and Jessica's scattered blood and guts. Gap enjoyed a loud laugh for a while. But then she quickly realized that in all seriousness, this was a little too filthy and undignified, and she snapped her fingers. As she did, gold butterflies rose up from the ground all around the garden, stuck to each of the bits, stained patches of blood, and got them out. Then, bit by bit, they slowly put turned back into George's corpse. And the awful corpse with the guts splattered out was repaired into a clean corpse that looked like he was sleeping. This is kind of post-mortem sportsmanship towards a good opponent. The heavens were slowly split. His Gap had lifted out a leg high into the air, pointing at the sky.
じゃあね、色男。
So long, Lady Killer.
これが本当。
This is the real game over. Squish. Trace of mercy, that foot was brought down and buried in George's forehead. Her stiletto, sharp as a weapon, was impaled through George's head. She poked it out with a blorp. It was like a mark of proof that Gap had indeed finished him by her own hand. Runway returned Jessica's corpse to its original form as well. And unlike how it had been with George, he had also restored Jessica's life. What? What in the world? A dream? No, that is wrong.
ジェシカ様は
You certainly did pass away, Jessica-sama.
なりました。最後の瞬間の記憶をよくご存知のはずだ。
You should be well aware of your final moments. It's buried in the back of Jessica's mind. For some reason, you remember being thrown somewhere, that her head had been smashed by George's heel.
Am I alive?
いいえ、死んでいます。
No, you are dead.
私の魔法でほんの3分ほど、それを先送りに
That
し
is
ている
merely being
に過ぎません
postponed for a scant 3 minutes with my magic.
3分が過ぎれば魔法が終わり、あなたは無残な頭部半壊の死体に戻ります。
After 3 minutes, the magic will end, and you will return to being a charged corpse with half of its head destroyed.
What? What? Uh,
死は残酷です。
Death is brutal.
多くの場合、
In most cases, you aren't given the time to ready your heart.
しかし私は
However, I have decided to give you that
ここまで健闘し
time.
たあなたを
In
たたえ
recognition of
そ
your
の時間を
valiant
与えるこ
battle.
とにしました。その3分
Here's those 3 minutes to ensure that your lingering attachment to this world are
よ
all
く整理されるといい
taken
でしょう。
care of.
その3分で
I could use the 3 minutes to take you down with me.
道連れにするという手もあるぜ。
But the power that had been burning inside Jessica's body is now completely lost. Jessica was aware of that herself. She's already dead.
それでは私はこれにて
Well then, I will leave you now.
失礼いたします。
If you would excuse me.
楽しかったで
It
す。
was fun, Jessica-sama. I turned his phone to gold cloud butterflies and disappeared. All that remained was the sound of the wind and the figure of Jessica crouching down against the wall. Jessica realized, after 3 minutes, she would probably revert to the corpse she had been. In those minutes, was there anything she could do? She stood up and with a shaky gait, took the phone that was on the desk. Hello?
ジェシカか
Is that you, Jessica?
ジェシカ
Jessica?
どうした無事か
What is it? Are you all right? They got me.
しまったぜ。
大丈夫か
Are you all right? Are you hurt?
今助けに行く
I'll come help you right now.
いや、
Ha. It's
もう遅いぜ。
it's too late.
私さ、
I'm already dead.
もう死んでるんだ。
Apparently. By the time you get there, I'll be a corpse without my head
バ
split
トラが来
open.
た時には、私は頭を半分ぶちまけた死体だよ。
God damn that old man!
待てろ今そこに行くからな
Wait right there, I'm coming right now!
聞けよ、バトラ。
Listen, Battler!
いいか、
Listen close, you alright?
よく聞け。幸田さんたちが
Now tell you I go to some of the Kumasawa so awkward talking about the guy who killed the sixth in the dining
殺された
hall.
時のこと、歯切れが悪いのがよくわかった。あいつらな、
Those guys,
人間じゃ
aren't
ねえんだぜ。
human.
何を言ってんだ
What are you talking about?
言っちまったんだ。仕方ねえだろ。
What do you want me to say, man? I freaking saw it, okay?
あいつらさ、
You guys think wrap up some berries?
バリア張ったり
All of that crap, you know?
やりたい放題だぜ。どこの漫画だよ。
It's like some manga, some anime. Seriously, we can't deal with it.
かなわねえぜ。最
No, it's never gonna happen. Fighting them, it's impossible. That stand spear you were so proud of. You need something way better than that to deal with these guys. Blind blood dripped down from Jessica's forehead. Jersey's son didn't make it either. Instant death, that was. The next text is yours, Battler. I know that your test will be the same as ours. Be careful and don't get it wrong. You mean the test? No. Don't get it wrong and the enemy's obviously got to be a human. Enemy is not human. Demons can wield terrifying magic at will. And what? Don't get that wrong. Oh, watch yourself. A line of blood dripped down from Jessica's mouth as well. The left half of her head started hurting. This realized she was about to return the corpse she had been. When 13 people revive, the golden witch revives. And the others were killed earlier. This killed earlier were the first. That's the first Twilight. And with Georgie's son we dead, that's the second. There's 5 more people were killed, they're just gonna complete. And the witch will revive. Hope the dad and the rest are safe. If they are, they want to test you. And be the newly resurrected Beatrice herself. By now, Battler had no idea what Jessica was saying. But from her tone, he realized she knew she was about to die. So even though he didn't understand the situation, he urged her to hang in there. I told you! I'm already dead. Yeah. Looks like the time's up. Good luck on your test. Hope you can become the head. Jessica? Jessica? Hey! Answer me! Jessica! Battler's sorrowful voice could be heard from the dangling receiver. Crouching with her back against the adjacent wall, Jessica's head was half smashed. Where are we? Is this a well? Where is this? Kirei stuck her face out of the well, and then Crouch showed himself too. Kirei stuck her face out of the well, and then Crouch showed himself too. When he noticed that they could see the back of the mansion beyond a grove of trees, Crouch realized more or less where they were. I think they had been hidden underground passage in a well all the way out here, and led to a hidden mansion. This really is tough on the old body. Ordinarily, you could come through a different place with real stairs. Right, you can unlock it. I have many questions I'd like to ask you about the layout of this place later, Dr. Nanjo. Shannon, are you alright? Grab my hand.
I'm okay. Kanon-kun, quickly.
Kanon-kun was the last, climbing up the ladder towards him, and the shaft disguised as well. Probably quite deep. When he looked down for the first time, he realized how far he'd come up.
Firing.
Bang. Ken was about to finally crawl out of the well. A hole the size of a basketball opened up in his chest. Everyone looked through the hole in Canon's chest to the scenery beyond.
Kanon-kun!
Canon toppled backwards, was swallowed up into the depths of the well.
Everyone, run for it! The Chester sisters! They're locked onto us, we can't avoid them! Run! At least one of us will survive!
Chest, then head, the time Kraus, Kirei, and Nanjo. Police saw a golden curve appear from the well, and so through the side of Shannon's head.
Shannon!
Shannon! Head pierced. The three were perfect into everything, up into including the opposite side of her head being blasted into a pulp. Shannon fell to her knees, blood gushing from both sides of her head, and flopped to the ground. They're after us. Run! We'll be killed. Run! Run! Nanjo had become paralyzed in fright by the manner of Shannon's death. The justices would not miss their chance. A curve again appeared from the well and pierced through Nanjo's forehead and out the back of his head in an instant, sewing through him. Thump. And so Nanjo expired. What on earth? Why? Where's the enemy attacking from? We're being sniped. I don't know where from, but they have completely locked us in their sights. Escape to the mansion and block the line of sight. The two dashed into the back entrance of the mansion. Then the ancient Kraus tried to shut the door behind him. A golden curve appeared for the fourth time, piercing Kraus on the back of his head, out through his forehead and smashing his forehead to pieces. Kraus' body lurched, fell down hard, and drew a neat radio pattern with the insides of his head. Kirei ran wildly through the hallway, flew to some room, and locked the door. She couldn't imagine for a moment that this would save her life. She'd probably die soon. It was apparently one of the guest rooms. At the moment, a phone on the side table caught Kirei's eyes. After hanging up that call from Jessica, Balor was literally about to dash out. In that instant, the phone rang again. Hello? Huh? Kirie-san? Yes, Balor-kun. I got lucky. Managed to escape the dungeon somehow. I really was fortunate. Where are you? Is everyone out right? On our side, looks just in Jordan here. Listen, you probably won't be alive for long. Then, right after she got the sudden feeling that the key over the locked door might have glowed gold. A gold curved line drawing a helix. No, golden sewing thread infiltrated the room through that at incredible speed and bore a hole in the floor by Kirei's feet. Oh, that's rare. enemy who had sniped the other 4 one after another with extraordinary skill. Apparently really does have trouble shooting me between the eyes with a single shot while I'm holed up in this room. The next strike would probably be... At this point, Kiri finally remembered the initial massacre in the dining hall. That's right. This is what killed Rudolph and the rest, all 6 of them. Listen, Butler-kun. I'm going to tell you exactly as I saw it. I'm sure you think there's something that's gone wrong with my head. In fact, it's alright for you to think that. You and I still haven't come to terms with what I saw. Today, after we returned the SOS, the conversation began in the dining hall. And I'll tell you everything that happened next. Listen to the end without butting in. The call might suddenly be cut off partway through. Even if it is the moment, that's the moment I was killed. Kiria-san. Then, she spoke. Kinzo had come, the family conference had started. The 6 had been killed, and the 5 of them had been confined. About she had escaped somehow and made it to where she was now. Now everyone had been finding killed, all spoken dispassionately as she had seen it, with no dramatization. She spoke about how everyone except her had been killed. Now she observed the moments of all the deaths. Now, even this very moment, someone was trying to kill her. Actually, while we've been talking, I've been attacked 3 times. Something like a strange gold thread keeps flying in through the keyhole, thinking around and aiming for me. First it was by my feet. Next it was up against my shoulder. Just now it grazed my ear. It seems getting more and more accurate. Looks like it'll go right between my eyes pretty soon. Run, Kiri-san! Run away! Where to? You realize I managed to run all the way here, to myself running and lock the door? I'm still being targeted. Just where am I meant to hide? Seriously. Kiri-san. Butler-kun? Oh, Jessica-chan and George-kun still alive. Just now. There was a phone call from Jessica. It kinda sounded like they were done for. Thought so. Yeah. I mean, if I were being killed one after another, I had a kind of premonition. I thought that perhaps the second Twilight had been finished in the 13-person murdered ritual, but that Twilight's had been reached. In short, other words, when I die, that's 13. Then the ritual will be complete. The Golden Witch Beatrice will be resurrected. I wonder what will happen. On this island filled with demons and witches, and swarming with goat monsters. What, even the boss of them all, the Golden Witch, appears. I wonder what just when the world will happen. At this point, I can't make sense of anything anymore. Kiri-san's voice had given up completely on her own life. And Butler could tell that. Couldn't stop the tears. I did just have one thing I can advise you on. What? Even if a demon or witch does appear in front of you. Yeah? There's no need to doubt whatsoever what they are. Understand that they are what they seem. You know, I think there should be some trick or there's some true identity behind it. If you have the time to think of something like that, you must be very constructive to think of how not to damage the mood of whatever you're facing. You mistakenly. You must not say prove it then. Show me some magic. You probably use a method of almost cruelty. Show you the truth. I can't believe it. I never thought something like that coming from your mouth. I can't believe it. I understand that it's unbelievable. That's why that's no advice I can give to you. Believe. Telling me to believe in Beatrice, and demons and witches and monsters? Probably. Even after being so clearly shown all those things not of this world. We still weren't able to believe it. Any of it, I think. I'm like that even now. The true form of this thing that keeps attacking me, trying to shoot me through my forehead, is something I can't understand. I can't believe. So, I want you at least believe to understand, and to accept that being which we can fully accept. If you do that for me, our deaths won't be in vain. It also been worth it for me to make this phone call. Kirei-san! I'm still okay. It grazed me, but it missed again. I very much doubt that I'll survive the next one. Thank you. And goodbye, Balakun. I was once owed towards you because you were Asumi-san's son. Forgive me for those days. What do you mean, forgive me? Kirei-san, you're a mother to me now. It felt as though I heard an encroached sound of the other end of the receiver. Then, noisy clattering sound. As though the receiver had fallen to the floor. Kirei-san! 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 Kirei-san never responded to the phone again.